All right, YouTube, I'm back. We got another one. Um, Today we trying to figure out what's going on with the modern woman era. We trying to take a dive into their perspective, or basically how basically a look into their life in terms of what's going on in today's um, society and how they view dating or relationships. Um, Today we got this young lady. She's talking about how she was in a 3.5 year relationship as the side chick and didn't know it. So let me not keep you. Let's get right into it.
Let me tell y'all how I was the side chick for 3.5 years and didn't even fucking know it. So if you're going through something like this, you kind of got some questions up here in that noggin of yours, then please listen. Cause I missed all the damn signs, honey. I was on my Christian Rock shit. Boom. I meet the man on the Facebook. Yes, I did say the Facebook. But we hit it off, y'all. I'm talking, it was like an instant click. An instant fucking click. And he was there for my kids. I only had 2 kids at the time, honey, and he was there for both of them. If I called him, he came running. As he motherfucking should. And it was times where I got hospitalized and he had took my daughter and was taking care of my daughter for the whole 4 days I was in the hospital, like really taking care of her. And
I ain't gonna lie. Taking care of somebody's kids that's not yours for her to be a side chick. I don't know. That's like some above and beyond to me. I mean, shoot, if this was a job, you was trying to get hired. I don't know if I'd be able to do that for my side chick. I mean, I don't know. Maybe guys is, I don't know. That's I ain't gonna say evolving, because that is not evolving. You know what I mean? That is not evolving. If anything, that's degeneracy. Yeah, that's what that is. But hey, to each his own. Let's continue. Oh, but man, too many tattoos. That is a lot of tattoos for a young lady. That is a lot of tattoos. I mean, 1, 2, 4, and how can I say this? Um, how can I say this? In like discreet places. You know what I mean? Like places that's not just gonna be commonly seen. If you're gonna have a tattoo that's gonna be uh seen a lot, it should be located on places like maybe your wrist. Um, I think maybe like under your collarbone. That's cool. Um, but I don't think all over. That's just extreme. But hey, to each his own. Continue.
like my daughter, they was so close. My daughter Bug was calling this man dad. Like I ain't forced her to do that shit. She really had a bond with him too. And then she'll go to her real dad and be like, yeah, because I want to go to my other dad house. But that's a whole nother story. So he was there for the kids for the whole time. And then like 2 years into talking to him, honey, I went and did the fucking stupid. Got his name tattooed big as fuck.
Yeah, we just talked about them tattoos, and that's a lot. I mean, we're past excessive, and then you got a whole like guns. Like, oh man, what do we represent here? I mean, are you some type of rebel chick or something, biker chick? That's a lot of tattoos, young lady. I don't know. Would you in the army? And then you just, I mean, I get your body supposed to be a canvas, but damn, you like this is a billboard. At this point, it's becoming scrap paper. Like no funny. But continue.
With 2 pistols up under the motherfucker. You couldn't tell me shit because I was on cloud 9 for so damn long. But what I should have really listened to was my sister best friend. Why should I have listened to her, you said? Because she was his damn cousin. And she invited me to her house and she was telling me like, yeah, that's my cousin. Like we blood cousins. And he really like got a whole white lady. Like he really in a relationship with this white lady. He got kids with this lady. Now I only know his kids from Holland. I only know his kids that live over there. I ain't know he had other kids out there in the lacrosse hunting with.
I had to pause it one more time because I don't know. It's something about that accent. It sounds southern almost, or yeah. I don't know. I can't place it. I don't know where Holland is or lacrosse or whatever she's talking about, but that accent is different. It's real distinguished. I'm curious to know where that is. All right, as you were.
Another lady. Then she got to telling me like, yeah, you know that house he live in lacrosse? Yeah, that's in his lady name. Them cars that he be driving, that's in his lady's name too. And I didn't believe her. I didn't believe her, but I should have. But I should have known because, like, he would never spend a night at my house. And if he did, it'd be like him there for 3 hours. He'd take a nap for about an hour and then 2 hours with me and then he gone.
So hold up. He be there only for like 2 hours and dip. And it never dawned on you that he might have another lady? I mean, connecting dots must not be your strong point. And listening to your gut is what got all them tattoos on you in the first place. If I was you, I would not trust my gut for shit. Unless it's shit. Continue, man.
So that's mighty suspicious. That's some red flags. I'm telling you this shit just in case you going through it, honey, because you ain't stupid. You better listen to that gut instinct. You better find a way to listen to that motherfucker because she there. She trying to tell you. And what also got me was he did not, like, we took a bunch of pictures together, but he did not want me to release them pictures to the press, like to the public. And it was crazy because I was very well known in Milwaukee during that time by a different name. But Milwaukee. Like, I used to do stupid shit, like make bets on Facebook. Like, I bet you 20 grand. Nobody could knock my dude from me. Oh, shit. I'm glad that I ain't go through with the bets with these folks, but yeah. So anywho, what did I do? I put RIP on top of this man's name. He's still living though. He sure lives, but he dead to me, honey.
Yeah, man. This lady with all these tattoos, I'm saying like more tattoos is crazy. Like how many tattoos do you need? Like I mean at some point stop. Like stop. Or maybe thinking about removal. Cause I mean you're starting to run out of space, honestly. And at this point, it's looking like you'll put anything on your body as a tattoo. I mean, not saying you will, but that's what it's starting to look like. So if I was you, Miss Lady, I would stop. I mean, what are we going for here? I mean, how many tattoos do we need, really? Yeah. Yeah, man. So y'all know you gotta choose better. You definitely gotta choose better. I mean, I don't understand why you. I'm curious to know because she said she had like 2 to 3 kids, and I wanted to know if all of them was like the same, you know, guy or whatever. And then another thing that was a red flag was she went by another alias. Now, if you got an alias, it's for one or two reasons. It's because you have a bad reputation and you're trying to kind of like run from it, or the law is looking for you. So, I don't know. I'm curious to know, but if, you know, you guys tell me what you think. We got another one, so hold tight. Let's see what this young lady talking about.
Okay, so I was in a toxic relationship and I knew it was toxic, but I didn't know it would turn like scary until this one night. Story time. So my boyfriend lived in the middle of nowhere, Canada, in a cabin in like the woods, which should have been my first red flag, but it wasn't. So I was staying with him in May, and one night he wanted to go to bed and I wanted to stay on the couch and watch TV. So he goes to his room, and then like 20 minutes later, I hear him yelling and throwing things around in his room. And I was like, oh my God, what's wrong? When I saw him, it was the weirdest look in his eyes. It was like my boyfriend was gone and he was possessed by this angry monster guy. He was like, why don't you want to come to bed with me? Why don't you care about me? You're so cold all the time. You don't even love me. And I was like, what? Like, I really had no idea what I had done that triggered this, because he did have anger issues and he would get mad at me a lot, but usually I could like figure out why he was mad. And this time I was shocked. So I was like, I don't know, what's wrong though? And he picks up my suitcase and he throws it across the room and he's like, it's just you, you're so cold, you're gonna move to LA and never talk to me again. So it was around 1 a.m. at this point, and he was picking up my suitcase and pushing it around the room and saying that he wanted to take me to the airport and drop me off there because I was gonna leave him anyway. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's totally fine. Please take me to the airport. And at that point, I knew being in like a public place was safer than being alone in this cabin with him. So I picked up whatever I saw like that I could find of my clothes that he had thrown, put them in my suitcase, and then I let him put me in his car. And then he starts, oh my God, it was the middle of the night and he couldn't see anything on the road, and he was speeding and swerving around in the lanes and playing like the weirdest sad music and crying and yelling while he was driving. So at this point, I didn't know if I was gonna make it. Like, I didn't know what he wanted to do in the car, like, because he was acting so irrational. So I decided to text my roommate, and I told her his car info and like the license plate and where I was. And I grabbed the handle and I was like, I guess I looked too scared, and he saw me texting my roommate and he was like, oh my God, you're telling your friends that I'm abusive, aren't you? Like, you're gonna tell them I'm abusive. And I was like, no, I'm not. I promise, I won't tell anyone. I won't tell my family, I won't tell anyone. And then he does a huge U-turn. So he does a U-turn in the middle of the road, and he takes me back to his house and he told me to get in his room and like stay in his bed. That way I couldn't tell my family that he left me at the airport or something. And that was the most terrifying night of my entire, I literally stared at the ceiling the entire time because I heard him pacing outside of his door. And I locked it, but I didn't know if he was gonna come in at any moment and what he was gonna do to me. This might be TMI, but I had to pee really bad and I couldn't use the bathroom though because he was outside of his door and I was scared of him. So I held it all night long and I didn't sleep. And then in the morning I had a UTI and he had to take me to the doctor, and he said he loved me enough to make sure that my health was okay, even though I was so cold to him. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot to unpack. But the problem I have with this video, is it's not the fact that, you know, it's not the fact that you went through something. The problem I got with this video is the word choice, like abuse. Now, I know there's different, I guess, variations or different understandings of the word abuse, but I think the word is getting used a little too loosely. And what do I mean by a little too loosely? Like, because abuse is kind of an extreme word. When I say extreme, what I mean initially, right? Now, there's different, like I said, there's different levels, different kinds. But when I think of abuse, I mean, so something that is done like repeatedly, over and over, something that's constant. I know there's physical, there's verbal, emotional, psychological, and I didn't see none of those. I didn't see none of those versions of the word abuse. You know what I mean? And to be honest, right? And the reason why I say it's kind of being used loosely because, you know, there's people out here in this world that's really victims of abuse. So when I hear that word being used loosely, I think it's kind of unfair to the people that's actually going through it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think the word should be used so loosely to the point where, though, when somebody else hear it in the, you know, forthcoming future, that they're not gonna take this word seriously because because when they hear the word being used so loosely, with regards of what I consider not really abuse, they're not gonna look at it with empathy, or they're not gonna look at it with, you know what I'm saying, the understanding, the same understanding that a victim from true abuse is dealing with. So I think we need to start using words that really apply. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, the guy that she was dealing with in that last video, that guy was irrational, maybe a little weird. You know what I'm saying? You know, offish. That is what I got from that guy. I don't know. I mean, maybe she should have probably been a little. She should have been a little bit more descriptive on what her version of abuse was, because me personally, I just didn't see it. So that was kind of like the only problem I had with that video. Um, yeah, lunch boxes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I think you should. Like I said, you should kind of get to know the person you're dealing with a little bit more, so it won't be such a bad experience, I guess. On to the next video. We have another lady. Let's see what she's talking about. Here we go.
That's how I found out my boyfriend at the time was messing with his cousin. Yes, you heard that right. His cousin. So this is like 10 plus years ago. I was in college, and this is the reason why I will not go through a man's phone. I'm not checking a phone. And this is also the reason why I could not listen to Motivation by Kelly Rowland until like last year. I've never told this story to anyone because it's just so embarrassing. The boyfriend that I had at the time, we were getting pretty serious. I had met his family, I met his granny, his mom, I met like his brother and his brother's wife, and I had met this cousin. Didn't think anything of it. She was around our age, maybe a year or two younger than us, but we were like 19, 20 at the time. Before I even get to the cousin, I found out this man was cheating on me. And this is how I found out. Red flag number one, he was in the military. And so for the weekend, he had to like go away to drill or whatever. We came back home because we were living together. He came back home and he gets in the shower. He gets in the shower and he turns on Motivation by Kelly Rowland while he's in the shower. This song is on repeat for like 25 minutes while he's in the shower. And I'm in the bed, just like watching TV, and I notice his phone goes off. I'm 20 years old. I'm checking that phone. This was the first phone I had ever gone through. I saw he got a notification on his phone. I opened it up, and it's from a girl. And I'm reading through the text messages, and I see their conversation back and forth, and I'm seeing that he's texting her, "Oh my gosh, I had such a good time with you in the shower this weekend. I can't wait to see you again." He's in the shower right now.
Listen, guys. Man, these phones and these devices, man, they are divisive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just like take the phone with you in the shower. God dang. Take the phone with you in the shower. I would not like leave my phone, unguarded in the presence of my girl if I was out there doing my thing. Like, I think the level of comfort be way too high for these guys. I mean, that's why guys get caught cheating a lot, because they don't pay attention. It's just like the little things that you probably should be up on. You're not paying attention. You're leaving your phone, you know what I'm saying, just out there for anybody to see. People got access to it. Like your girl, I got access to it. And then when you get confronted, it's the stupid look on your face. I mean, we all been through it. I done had that dumbass look. Y'all know that dumbass look I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The first thing and if you, listen, with my experience, I already know if a girl catch me, when I got caught in my past with my phone and all that, or I just got caught up, the first thing I say is, why the hell did you go through my phone? Like, why you go through my phone? What you doing on my phone? You know what I mean? Like, that be the first thing you say. You know what I mean? And then you make it seem like there's no trust issue, but you know girls just need anything, just a little bit, and they you know they they investigative. You know what I mean? Like Columbo or some stuff. Like they is going through that phone, so you cannot have that phone vulnerable, just sitting there, just waiting for Just, the phone just sitting there drives them crazy. Most women just drive them crazy. So for you to let them have that kind of access to me is insane. But hey, continue.
Out singing his life away, probably having flashbacks and reminiscing about the weekend he had with this girl. My blood is boiling at this point. So I'm reading through the text messages. He was with this girl all weekend. And I don't remember if I said anything at the time. I think I just like waited to see what his reaction was going to be when he got out of the shower, and like to see if he noticed that his notifications were checked. They weren't. And this is back in the day where we didn't have like the most advanced phone. Like I had an iPhone 3G. He was cheating through email and he was cheating through his little BlackBerry. I don't know what prompted me to check his laptop, but I waited. It wasn't the same.
Oh, you know what it was. Oh, you know what it was. It was insecurities. That's what it was. It was distrust. Talking about you don't know what prompt. You know exactly what prompt you. Cut it out.
Day. I waited till he was gone from the house. He wasn't at home at the time, so I went through his laptop. I'm going through his email. But mind you, I'm already hurt because I just found out I was cheated on. I see an email from, like, it has like picture attachments. So I click on it. Why I open this email and it's pictures of his cousin. He introduced this person to me as his cousin.
Sending pictures to your cousin is nasty work. That's wild. No way, man. But I need to hear more.
It wasn't like no play cousin, and like I had been around the whole family, so everyone was treating this like I thought she was family. I don't know to this day if they were actually related or not, or if it was like through marriage or what. But
Kissing
I'm going
cousins.
through the emails. He's sending her pictures with his shirt off, and she's sending him pictures like in her bra and panties. And I'm like perplexed because I'm like, this is your cousin. Why are y'all sending pictures to each other? This is your cousin. You told me this is your cousin. And then my mind is like going back to all the times that I've had interactions with her and with him, and like we'd be like around the family and stuff. And I remember one time like we were all at his granny's house, and I was like sleeping on the couch because they didn't have an extra like bedroom for like everyone to sleep in. They had like a storage room. I fell asleep on the couch, and then I remember him and her was in that little extra room sleeping on a pallet. I don't know that they were sleeping like in the same one, but I just remember them being in the same room. And like looking back, I'm like, that was so weird. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, they're just trying to be nice, like, and give me the couch, and then they're gonna sleep on the floor. Who knows what they was doing in that room? But in your granny's house, for years, I would be triggered every time I heard the song "Motivation" by Kelly Rowland. I just started being able to listen to that song like last year without having flashbacks and being triggered. So that's why I'm not checking nobody's phone. If I have any type of inkling that you're doing something, we just need to end it.
Wow. I don't know if ending it because you got an inkling and it's nothing proven. No, because sometimes women instincts can mislead them. So I don't think you should end a relationship just because you got, you're emotionally, how can I say this, misled. I think you need hard proof and evidence. Most guys, that's what we do. We work off hard proof and evidence. I think it's a good idea not to go through a person's phone, rather you're a man or a woman, because in today's society, I think that's the number one relationship killer is the phone, social media, DMs. Like, it is some horrible stuff in there if you look. So, and I don't think that if you want your relationship to last, if you trust your partner, you should be looking through their phone. And I mean, if you're smart, you wouldn't entertain people via phone. I don't think you should be entertaining, excuse me, people no way, at all, regardless, no shape, form, or anything. Uh, yeah. With that being said, man, that was just some um, good videos to watch. Get a little reaction going. How you thinking a little bit. Um, Taking a little dive into what modern women is dealing with in today's era, and yeah, just be careful out there. You know what I mean? You got to be careful. But the thing is, these guys that you all falling for, I'm pretty sure they showed you signs of toxicity somehow. But most women are after the same dude, so it's no surprise that y'all all kind of dealing with similar persons or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But hey, if you like it, I love it. To the next time. See you on the next one.